we are victorious and I live, I will thank the Lord for his favor and help.
The enemy has reinforcements.
Mortals must do our parts as well. Fight with honor, and all will be well.
Templars, Crusaders, and Zealots, I want to welcome you back to episode 2 of our 1212 AD campaign here as the Teutonic Order. I want to make it very clear here that with this series, as I have with the recent Empire Total War series, I'm not going to let you guys down with just ending it abruptly. So I really do need that support with a like and comment. With that out of the way, let's get to raiding. I would absolutely recommend those of you that have not watched episode 1 to jump over there and watch it. As the glorious Templars, we did win an amazing victory, taking Gdansk from the Duchy of Pomerania. Nonetheless, our army suffered some pretty severe damage. And it's only after 2 turns of kind of just sitting here that we started actually generating an income from the buildings that we had here in Riga. So my thought process now is to, of course, keep this as stable as possible. We might actually need to go ahead and lower taxes at some point because the people of Riga are not that happy with us. That being said, we're going to wait a little bit here for basically our income to go up, and I think our next target is going to be the Duchy of Greater Poland. I do believe we are still at war with the Kingdom of Denmark, so we may let one of their armies land, fight them, show them that we mean business, and go from there. Another thing that's extremely important, my friends, is to try and get a good old-fashioned alliance with Sweden. And I do think it's possible. We have a non-aggression pact, but I'm not so sure how willing they are to join an alliance. Let's see what they say. Likelihood of success is low. They've rejected it, but we'll come back. Now again, I am going to have quite a lot of editing in this series, so if you see skips, that's just because I don't want to make you guys sit through a bunch of end-turn animations. Pray for our order, boys. Now, these Samlander swordsmen, they are quite expensive. The actual cost is only going to be 160, which means we're only going to be owing, well, about 20. You know, we're on 20, but hopefully our war chest will hold out until then. We need to increase the size of this army. Again, one of the biggest issues playing as the Teutonic Knights is the fact that, let's face it, we don't exactly have, we have extremely expensive units and we don't exactly have very valuable territory. So until we fix that problem, our armies are going to remain fairly small, but still very, very aggressive. The Mongols have begun invading. They're still quite a ways away, although this map does not include all of Russia. So just keep that in mind. They could be here a lot sooner than expected. Now, I know that we're trying to be the good Christians, as it were. But guys, I tried to offer the Duchy of Greater Poland an alliance. I even tried to offer them a defensive pact, and they wouldn't accept. And that tells me only one thing. The God's Chosen have decided that, unfortunately, they have not been true allies. I'm going to immediately attack Poznan, declare war on the Duchy of Greater Poland, and try and envelop it into our empire. Now, we are sure to take some damage here. Actually, we should be okay because next turn will be winter. But we're going to go ahead, get these ladders up, guys, try to defeat them. This would be one additional thing that we could use against the actual Danes. But right now, I'm going to try to take that. I might even subjugate this kingdom if it comes down to that. So let's see what happens here. Wish us luck. Adolf, oh my god. This is actually our governor, so I'm going to go for the bureaucrat bonus, which gives us an additional income in tax. I really do wish that we could get some additional troops, but we can. And mercenaries have not yet been added into the game, but everything else about this mod is extremely political system. In fact, before this episode is over, we will take a look at our current order, or leader of the Templar Order. And it's interesting, we don't really have a kingdom, and we do have an unofficial kingdom here in the Templar Order, but we don't have, you know, the quote-unquote kingdom, and one of our main goals is to create an empire and actually become emperor. So as you can see here, it looks like the Danes are helping out their friends. We want to retreat, but that's okay. We've dragged them into a fight. This is what we wanted, was to pull the Danes out to sort of see their forces. Now we can really decide what to do. And in this case, probably heading back to our own territory and getting some additional forces might be an option, especially since I believe winter's coming. But I might also just choose to turn this into a defensive position. And there we go. We get a chance to have a battle against the forces. Now, they could attack us again and completely wipe us out. Let's hope those are the only armies they have. But here we go, the Duchy of Greater Poland. It's time for a battle, my friends, for the Teutonic Order, because these odds certainly are not. Well, boys, we are well aware of where the enemy is, and let's be clear, in this particular battle, we do need the Lord on our side. They're going to wait for their buddies to come and merge with them, of course. And once again, we're in a position where we don't have much cover in this fight. I will move our cavalry over there, and I'm actually even tempted to move our whole force up into that wooded area. It's going to be a hell of a movement, but I think I'm going to try to make it work. Just kind of set them up very open. I'll readjust this as time goes on. But I'm actually going to try to completely move our army into position here so that we have that woods cover, and maybe that'll work out in our best interest. I am going for a wider or a longer line, and the reason being I want to make the enemy think we can completely overwhelm them. They are waiting for their friends to arrive, and we want to be prepared for that eventuality. Get into position, boys. As always, folks, we'll return when the battle begins. Right now, it's all about maneuvering our army. Although, if you enjoy these army maneuvers and you'd like to see the entire thing in future, that's something I always like to hear in the comments. What you guys enjoy watching, what you guys want to see in future episodes. Prepare to die, friends. It looks like the enemy had the exact same idea. They are immediately going into the forest. We are going to push forward, guys, and engage before we completely lose sight of them. I'm actually slowing down now just to get the best possible attacks. And I'm going to divert one of the cavalry units on the right side. So I'm actually going to send this unit over here on the right. But otherwise, we're just continuing forward with pretty standard attack. I was hoping to get that woods bonus. I don't know if that's going to happen. We'll have to wait and see. And let's just make sure Konrad stays there. Is it Konrad or Henrik? It's Hermann. We've got so many different generals here and governors. All right, there we go. Should be pretty much sufficient. I'm just going to keep the cavalry here for now. But we definitely need to send this cavalry to attack him as quickly as possible. Here we go, boys. The moment of truth. I'd love to bring the spears in to help take on the cavalry, but that's going to be tough. Although, you know what? We get a chance here to go ahead and do some provisional damage. So let's try to get those mounted crossbowmen out of the way. Move them up, spearmen. Come on, don't worry about that. The general will be fine. Move the axemen forward. Axemen forward. I'm going to take this cavalry and try and charge it to the mounted sergeants here. In fact, I'll even send in our own general just to get them out of the way. Beautiful. Looks like that was successful. But now all of their troops are kind of hidden here in the woods. We're going to have to locate them and put them down. What an exciting fight. All right, guys, here we go. We're jumping out of here with these guys. We'll keep the spearmen in the fight, but all my cavalry, I want them moving back. Look at that. Even now, we get a chance to attack the mounted crossbowmen with our own spearmen. We might as well. Whatever works. Hit these spearmen units. Let's hope the enemy were not expecting this. Where's that cavalry? Damn, he's getting hit bad. All right, that I didn't expect. In fact, I'll even bring our general here to assist. It looks, however, like our Ritterbruder are doing a great job against their very heavy knights, so even the Polish cavalry can't seem to stand against them. Alright, come on, let's get those Ritterbruders where we need them. Same with our general. I mean, this needs to be an overwhelming victory if we stand any chance. And there's a big chance that even after this, the Danish are going to attack us. The same ones that drove us out of the city. Oh, wait a minute. We've got some enemy cavalry still here. We got to deal with that. Amazing work, boys. No, damn it. Archers pull back, or not archers, spearmen, I should say. We'll keep our spearmen fighting, but we gotta move the cavalry back. Just fire into that massive group of enemy spears. And here we go. We've got our archers moving up. Perfect opportunity here to attack the levy spearmen. And I'm going to use my general's ability here, the second wind. Didn't really need to use it on that unit, but whatever helps. And I'm actually going to keep our general back here for now. As for the cavalry, I'm going to try to get behind the enemy lines, but also wipe out some of the enemy mounted crossbowmen. They are so devastating. In fact, all of the enemy missile units are. But thankfully, since we're in the woods, it's a little harder for them to target us. Yes, good job there, Bruder. You are learning fast, brothers. Alright, flank attack into the enemy axe infantry there. I think our Teutonic Knights are just so damn powerful. I'm even going to send in our general. That's how much I believe in this attack. Just look at that, brothers. Just look at that. The power of Teutonic Knights. There we go. Now we're going to send our spearmen in, or not our spearmen, our axemen into their spearmen. Although, keep in mind, they still have reinforcements on the way, I'm pretty sure. And there we go. Yep, sure enough. They are sending in their general. I'm going straight for him, even with my own general. This is how desperate I am to get just a monumental victory here. Schwertbruder. Yeah, I'm definitely watching that cavalry, don't worry, but we have other things to focus on. This will be our day. I can see all those Polish knights falling. And that's Władysław, the king's bodyguard, so here's a chance to actually kill the enemy king. And it's just for the Duchy of Lesser Poland. This is not the Danish king, but it's a start. It's going to show that anybody that the Duchy, or excuse me, anybody that Denmark is supporting, we are going to put to the sword. Look at this, looking pretty good, boys. Of course, we got to send in the cavalry. One of our cavalry units has been run off. It's bound to happen with just so much going on. But the rest are just going to have to run down the enemy missile units. Fire at the spearman there. Yes! There we go, guys. And that is going to be the king himself. King Władysław. I think we cut his head off. That's a good job. Good job. Beautiful. So again, now we're just taking the fight to the archers that remain. But I think those were the reinforcements. I hope they don't have anything else. Of course, they do still have that other reinforcing army farther away from the map. Let's hope that they don't attack us. Because then we can get back to another city. I don't know if we're going to be able to go straight for that city itself. I don't know if we have enough men to do that and hold off potentially another army. Charge. Just go in for the charge. Don't even worry about missiles. I will let the crossbowmen keep firing, but as for the cavalry, earn your keep, Ritter Bruder. There are a lot of them, damn. General's still doing great. I just want to make sure there are no other infantry units in here that I'm not seeing. Yes, there's one of them. Get out of there. I don't want to lose him. I'm going to send our guys against them. Yeah, it's going to take a while to rebuild some of these cavalry units, unfortunately. Even over here, we're going to have to pull back with these guys. Happens to the best of us, boys. At least we've run down quite a few here, and it looks like the king's bodyguard has come back for a fight. Now that I don't like. Let's put an end to it. There we go. That's right. Władysław is going to run them down. Sick of the insolence. They shut down our poor cavalry. It's going to take a lot of money to rebuild this army. These are not cheap units. Come on. Yes! That's what I'm looking for. That is what I am looking for. And guys, considering our position here, of course I'm going to try to run down as many as possible. And we are going to recruit them into our army. They're fellow Christians, you know, we're not facing pagans here, you're Thingians. So I think we desperately need the troops, let's put it that way. We need the manpower, or the money, one or the other. The question now is, will we be attacked, or can we get back to our city and rebuild this army for the next episode? I don't know. Get them. There's still so many up here as well, but I think they're about to run off the map, so we shall accept that. A close victory indeed. So 78 on the enemy side. The goal to the last man. I think there's maybe 10 or 15 in that unit. Yeah, that's an issue. Let's see what happens here. Join our army.
Ready for battle.
Incredible. We weren't attacked. We killed Vladislav. I even think that we can take this city without a fight.
That's your command.
But I'm not entirely sure. I think the wisest choice here is going to be to go back to Gdansk. I don't consider it a retreat. I consider it an offensive in the opposite direction. Who said that? I don't recall, but that's what I'm going to call it now. We definitely need more cavalry. We lost one cavalry, so these Sudovian skirmisher cavalry seem interesting, but what I really want are the mounted sergeants here. 684. They are expensive. In terms of our crossbowmen, we've got 2, but they're definitely not the main focus of our army. It's our manpower. Our soldiers are just so damn good. So I'm going to try to get some more of those Samlander swordsmen. Now, these guys are not Teutons. They are from the lands of, I believe, is it Northern Pomerania, if I'm not mistaken? So, again, we need to make good use of them, but eventually we want to get those Schwertbruders back. The Reiterbruders, of course. Those are the truly valuable units. But for now, I'm going to keep those Samlanders, maybe even grab one of these Fuschnechte spearmen units. Let's try it out. We can afford it. We might as well invest. So hopefully the enemy won't just immediately attack us. Also, we get another tradition for our army. I'm definitely going to boost army replenishment. Typically, I would go for morale, but let's face it, our morale's already pretty damn high. So I am going to increase those supplies again. You know, again, as Teutons, we need constant supplies, constant manpower. We just don't have enough. And of course, we have to be in a city that has the plague currently. Hopefully it won't affect us. It doesn't always affect you. But just imagine our luck. So let's see what happens here. Okay, the Duchy of Greater Poland is actually interested in a peace treaty. And in a weird way, I'm going to accept this. We can always come back, but more importantly, we can bypass them and just attack Denmark directly. Okay. Also get a little miracle boost in Gdansk. That's going to increase, of course, the respect of the population. But we're about to get a few more men into this army, of course. And I think that's going to make us quite a bit stronger. And what we might do is ask for military access and go straight for Denmark. Alternatively, we can go ahead and just attack them and not give a damn about diplomacy. In the last video, I asked you guys to choose from 3 different classes. Please take a look there and choose your class in this video and tell me what you think we should do. In fact, just tell me your class, and from there, that's going to determine what we do. Obviously, if you go for the Zealot class, we probably will just wait until we get some more men in here and immediately attack Poznan. But let's see what happens. Thanks so much, guys. Please do keep supporting this series. Your comments and likes are what is going to keep this series going, and obviously it's going to make me do quite a few more episodes than I typically would. So maybe we can do one every other day if we get the kind of viewership we got on episode 1. Thanks again, folks. Take care, and God bless the Teutonic Knights.